Hey, Point of View listeners, Justin here. Nick and I always try to put forth our authentic selves when we record and release episodes, and in light of that, I wanted to share some sad personal news. This weekend, my beloved grandfather passed away at the age of 94. He was a kind, passionate, compassionate, opinionated family man who did everything he could to support the ones he loved in his life. He was a loving friend, neighbor, husband, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather to many, and would do anything for us. He served in the United States Air Force as a medic during the Korean War and was passionate about politics at every level. During his life, he even served in various positions in local government and just until last year. He was very handy and built so much of the furniture I grew up with, including bookcases, dressers, rocking chairs, beds, and even a rocking horse that I remember being a staple of my childhood. He taught me how to love soup, especially his, what animals sound like by making those noises in the car when I was a toddler with him, how to not be scared when life gets hard, but to turn to faith. And of course, he taught me how to watch hockey, by yelling at the TV, of course. I enjoyed teaching him how to use his new smartphone and computers. He was always ahead of his time. But one regret I do have was teaching him how to use Amazon, kind of like a Pandora's box situation. All kidding aside, my grandfather, Antero Ted Martins, was without a doubt my biggest supporter. He supported me moving to Maryland for college and graduate school, even though he would have preferred me to be closer. He had always wanted a doctor in the family, and I guess I am going to be one of the closest people he has to that in our family. He was always interested in my life and what I was learning, even if mental health was a new and foreign concept to him, but he was always interested in what I had to say. Most of all, he showed me a love and how to love that I can't describe in words. His presence in my life was and will continue to be great, but things will certainly be different without him here. Bubba Ted, if you can hear this episode, I love you, I miss you, and I'm so grateful for the time we've had together. Rest in peace, and tell Vova Celeste, that I say hello. I love you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
Look,
was that the most recent iPod that they made?
no, this was the I think this was the fourth generation. They made a fifth and then a sixth, I'm pretty sure.
I had the most recent one because I used it for a while.
You can see it's like I'm trying to like put them over each other. It's like
it's tiny. There was a period of time when I still have friends who give me crap about, the green bubble, whatever. But there was a period of time where I had friends, and they're gone now, but that only would text on iMessage, and they refused to text on SMS. So I would carry, this was like in middle school. So like really was I going anywhere on my own? No. But like I would carry my iPod, which only had Wi-Fi service, just to text those people so that they would be iMessage. And they'd have to text my email too, because my phone was still
That's
Android.
pretty
so they would be texting Newman13. I'm not going to give my email out. That would be bad.
Yeah.
We might even cut that out. Sense kind of kicked in as we were going there. But by the way, I don't know if you can tell if I sound a little under the weather. It's because I am. I have a little bit of a cold, I think. I don't know. I woke up with a sore throat. Sore throat's kind of gone, but now I have like feverish. Like not feverish, but you know what I'm saying? Like chilly, cold, hot at the same time. You know,
my feet get
feverish?
Like feel weird when I have a fever. That's how I know I have a fever usually.
Really?
They get like tingly and like I can't sit still. Like I have to be walking on them. That's usually how I know.
Your feet do?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I took some Tylenol before this, so if I have a fever, which I haven't checked, we'll see if it breaks, and then you'll just see me sweating.
Yeah.
We'll just watch in real time as Justin's fever breaks.
Yeah.
For this episode. Oh my gosh. How are you? I'm sick, or feeling sick.
Well, this is weird because we're kind of going back to we haven't recorded
Yeah,
in
some behind
separate
the scenes.
spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't recorded in separate spaces in at least 5 episodes.
For this
Yeah, it
year.
was 5 episodes. Yeah. This is our first time recording um not together. So that's weird. I did just have my pants off a minute ago. It felt, you know,
Did you put them back on for me?
I did. Well, I
Well,
had them
and
off and
we're
I was
now
like,
putting
wow.
YouTube videos on, so I guess for
Right.
also
Well, I was like, wow, we've come full circle. But now it just feels wrong to be wearing pants.
to be wearing pants. But you've been wearing every other. We've been in person every other recording. You've
Of
worn
course.
pants every other recording this
Of course, because it felt natural that way. But I'll tell you right now, my thumbs are hooked into the waistband and they're probably going to come off soon. Like, they're literally.
I challenge you throughout this recording session to just slowly wriggle them off as
Yeah, I mean, I'll
as
show
subtly
you.
as possible.
See my.
Oh,
Also, the
wait.
dress
So
shirt.
wait, they're not even like dress pants though. So
No,
it's just an
no.
elastic waistband.
Well, yeah, no, because I got home, I went to the bathroom, I took my pants off, I didn't have them on, and then I put these on because I realized my microphone was in the car from the last time we recorded.
So we talked.
That's got to be good for it.
Yeah, we talked last or a few episodes ago about you and your sister and your parents all living in the same house again. Is this? Do you walk pantless in common
No.
spaces?
Pantless, yes, but I think it's weird when people don't wear shirts. I think that's
Okay.
just like a weird thing. I don't know why, but like in families,
Like
so I always do.
the men or the women in your family?
No, I'm not even saying my family.
Oh.
I'm
Oh,
just saying
in
it's a
general.
weird thing. I don't know why I find that weird, but I do. So but I would rather, like, you might actually know this. Sophia from the last episode certainly does. There are times where I'm not wearing pants. Like in college, I would be like in my apartment not wearing pants, but like
Sure.
that was more normal to me than not wearing a shirt.
I think for
Granted,
most people it's the other way.
I think so too. Granted, I had underwear on, like obviously, and nobody
Well,
was
yeah.
like, I'll say no one was uncomfortable with it, mainly because I had two male roommates who one of them walked around in their underwear. And then the other person that saw me in my underwear was, well, without pants on, was Sophia. And she also didn't care.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. Honestly, these need to come off. I'm done.
Oh my God. Wow.
All right. Now they're at my ankles and I can't get them off.
You did a little hop. I thought you bailed because you sat back down, and then you're like, now they're by my ankle.
Oh,
You're
no,
very
they're
quick. Wow. Anyway, we're not going to talk more about that. So you wish you were pantless. You are now pantless.
No,
We're
I
not
mean, I'm
recording in
partially.
person. I know. From behind the scenes information, we recorded a lot of episodes in one sitting
Yes.
very early on, and then we did the Big Brother episode, and now we're here. I'm sure the next time we record, we're going to be in person too. So we're
Yeah.
back. It's a little strange. I have a full list of things that I've just been like writing down as we've been on our little break, but
Perfect. I have nothing.
you have nothing. Okay.
Literally, I had a stupid day.
This stupid. Yeah. Wait. Can you talk about that? Because you said, what do you mean by that? Like a stupid day? Like was
It
it
was
'cause
just-
nothing happened, so therefore it was dumb, or just like
I don't know. A lot happened at work. As I was going home, I got stuck in a hailstorm, like a literal hailstorm, to the point that one of my biggest fears is lightning. And another biggest fear is getting into a car accident. So picture me driving down the highway, not being able to see shit. I called my mom. I'm like fully going to admit this. I called my mom in a panic. Every time lightning struck, I was like, ah! Like it literally, that is how I yelled. I was sweating. Like
yeah. Did you throw your hazards on or no?
I couldn't even think to get over into the slow lane. Like I was
You were in the high speed lane.
I was in the high speed lane. Yeah, no, literally, yes. And I couldn't see. So she's like, get off the exit. So I get off at the next exit. Then I'm like, now I can't see anything because there are no lights in front of me. Like I was like, oh fuck, this is another highway. Like I didn't know what exit I got off of, and it led to another highway. I was like, I am going to die. Then
Just
I ended
pull
up in
over at that point.
I was afraid of becoming not a moving target. Um, but
For the lightning?
yeah. Um, so then I ended up in a Stop and Shop parking lot in God knows what town. I'm not even kidding. I don't know.
So that's why you called. So you called me beforehand to say you were in a Stop and Shop parking lot. I assumed that you were waiting for, I don't know, a friend, someone you were driving with, a family member who was making a quick errand. I know that your parents work at some Stop and Shops, right?
well,
Like,
well, my dad is a pharmacist at a Stop and Shop, but not that one.
okay.
As far as I know, I was again, I couldn't tell you which one it
Yeah.
was. I can tell you it wasn't his.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was hailing. It was literally hailing.
That's wild.
Um,
Does your car have damage? Sometimes there's like
no, I
hail
don't think
causes some
so.
damage. No.
Well, I parked close to the door. I couldn't get any closer without being in a handicap spot. And I wanted to run in. I was going to peruse every single aisle until it stopped. But it, again, I didn't want to get out of the car because my luck, I would run over like a freak and get hit by a car because I'm too focused on,
and then hit by lightning.
sprinting. Yeah. So that was that. And yeah,
I love driving in most extreme weather. Not gonna lie.
that's weird.
I know it's weird because most people don't like being out in extreme weather. But the only weather I don't like driving in is black ice and fog. Because fog you can't see through, and
I couldn't
could
see in
be
this.
something like if it's raining like that and it's like you can't, it's affecting visibility. Fine. I mean, I feel like it's once in a blue moon that I can get my windshield wipers to like go, like really fast.
They were doing that and it was doing nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like the challenge. Maybe that's sick and sadistic, but I don't know. That's
It's masochistic.
Yeah. I like that. And black ice though and fog. Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
no.
We live in where you used to
We
live
live in New England.
We
You
live in
do,
New
yeah.
England.
When you're at your parents' house, you live in
Yeah.
New England.
The black ice is just, I've seen too many things go wrong with black ice. It's just scary. But
Yeah. But that was my stupid day. What was your stupid day?
Well, my stupid day is also has something to do with my car. So my sticker. Well, so first off, it's hot here. Is it hot there?
It was close to 80s yesterday.
Okay.
It's like humid and muggy.
Yeah, yeah. It's been. I feel like Maryland is always 10 degrees warmer
It is.
than Massachusetts. It's like pretty. You can say that pretty like as a good rule of thumb.
Yeah. Yep.
It's been consistently 80s and 90s. Humidity is starting to set in, but it's been hot. So I don't know. I've been using Windows mostly in my car, but I decided I'm going to turn the AC on. So I turned the AC on Monday when I was driving to get some dinner with some friends in DC, and like when you turn a hose on, and
Sure.
and like you turn a hose on and there's a kink in it and it's not coming out, and then all of a sudden you like take the kink out and it's just like shooting out the hose.
Not a kink and shooting out the hose.
That was. I'm gonna just keep going. That was underneath my glove box into the floorboard of my passenger side. So I turned the AC on, and it was apparently, I found out today that my car, the hoses in my car were clogged, and so all the water was backing into the floor of my passenger side.
I've actually heard of that, I think.
Have you? Is it common with Subarus?
No, I don't think it was a Subaru. Maybe my sister had that happen. Someone had it happen. I don't know.
I didn't know what to do, and I felt
I didn't know there was a hose in
someone was
cars.
sitting. Well, like there's all these hoses. I don't know. The service tech that I worked with today was like, "Oh yeah, you'd be so surprised with all the hoses and places water goes. You could pour water on the top of your car, it'll come out by the wheel well." I was like, I didn't ask. But he was saying there's like hoses connected, whatever. Anyway, I felt bad because there was someone in my passenger seat who was like ankle deep in water. So we eventually got there, and I just I have my winter mats that are rubber and like water resistant. So I tried to just
shovel it out,
scoop it and bail it out with my winter mats. But then we had to drive home, and I was like, I don't know if it's the AC. So I did the smart thing of turn the AC on high to really test to see if it was. And then they were ankle deep, or calf deep, or knee deep in water, which was just terrible for them. They're a very nice friend that they put up with that. Anyway, so I brought it in today to the car because I was like, or to the car place because I was like, Actually, this happened Monday. Yesterday, I brought it into like a local auto body shop or mechanic near me, and I just said, "Can you just see if this is AC or if it's like it was a liquid. I was pretty sure it was water, but with my luck, it was gasoline. And the next time I turn my car on, I blow myself and half the building up. So I was like, can we just make sure that this is water? And so $90 later, he goes, yep, it's water. And so then I bring my car to the dealership today because the other guy was like, I would go to a Subaru dealership because other people say, oh, yeah, we can fix this, but they'll just put silicone on it and then it will still be an issue. So I brought it to the dealership and I was like, I'm due for an oil change, and my Massachusetts, in the front right part of the windshield, there's like a number where you need a state inspection.
Mm-hmm. It's
right?
yellow this year.
Is it yellow?
Yes.
That's great. I hope to find that out because I got an inspection today because I was like, oh, I'm due. Apparently in Maryland, actually, hold on. So I go in, I'm like, I need an oil change. My inspection is expired, or my sticker. While I'm in there, they're doing the thing, making sure my passengers aren't swimming when they're driving with me. Get it all fixed. And I was like, great. I was waiting, took 2-3 hours waiting there. And then I had to go to class. But right before I left, they said, I have an update. Great. They said, oh yeah, just as I suspected, it's not an issue with the AC or your condenser or anything. It's just the hoses were clogged. We can just drain that out and then fix the clog. We'll be fine. However, you failed 5 items on the Maryland inspection. So in my head, I'm like, oh, that sucks. Okay, fine. So there was like 2, I don't know what these words mean, but like ball bearings, whatever, that were like broken, and my front windshield wiper was broken or torn, and my back windshield wiper was torn. And the ball bearings were part of the suspension, and then I had a fog light out. And in Massachusetts, I feel like that wouldn't necessarily fail you. I feel like in Massachusetts, they're pretty lenient with their inspections. But apparently in Massachusetts, you have to get inspections every year. In Maryland, you only need it when your registration of your car expires. So
that's weird.
I said, just go ahead. And then I found out that I didn't even need my car to be inspected. So I felt dumb because
You just failed yourself.
I failed myself, and I had upwards of $2,700 in repairs today. And I can't afford that right now because also we are doing another Big Brother game, and we had just gotten those houses. And so there's been a lot of spending recently. So anyway, that was my stupid day because it's just so dumb. So now I'm like, okay, in Maryland, I'm inspected. But if I drive back to Massachusetts, I still have the red 5 sticker. Does that mean that I have to then also get a Massachusetts inspection? Turns out, yes. So I spent
You have to have 2 stickers?
Well, Maryland doesn't have stickers.
Oh, okay.
So
that's the best part.
I
just spit all over my microphone.
Is that one?
Yeah.
Imagine if every year it was the Pantone color of the year. How happy and satisfied would you be?
That would be so sexy. You can tell I'm a massive car guy because I've resorted to just looking at myself on the camera.
Yeah, you seem to be zoning out. But did you follow?
No, I'm not zoning. I'm joking. I went in for the joke. Yeah, no, I followed the story. I
felt like an idiot because I was like, I didn't need it. It was just terrible. It was just terrible.
No, that sounds like the worst.
Whatever.
Are you excited to host Big Brother? Because I just want to say right now, this isn't my Big Brother.
Are you even excited to come and help?
Did I sound not exciting?
No.
Excited?
You do, but you also said, all right, I need a year and a half to recover. So now I'm making you to do it within
this is why I can do this. This is why I can do this. I'm excited because I'm not I don't even know if I'm a host. I don't know what I am yet, but I'm not the main host, at least. I'm not the Nick of the ones that I do.
Playing the role of Nick is his understudy.
Yeah, right. So I am excited for that. I'm excited so this isn't a part of like my series. You're gonna have your series, I'm gonna have mine. So I have Big Brother
like a
1
backhanded compliment.
No.
My series.
No, I'll tell you why it's not a backhand compliment, because I am the winner of Justin's Big Brother Weekend 2. I'm claiming it now. So I can't play in my own series. So that's why we're like sister networks.
I feel like I'm in training. Like I did the shadowing co-hosting thing when we did your your
I think this is.
series round 2, and then this is like, okay, can he handle the big time?
I don't think this is training. I think this is it. This is Big Brother weekend.
Well, and then it's like, okay, now
Justin's
can
version.
he really host a game that I play?
You can. Now we have to do the little parentheses: Justin's version, Nick's version. I'm telling you, your version, like Big Brother weekend 2. I'm coming in and I'm winning because I can't play this round.
I feel like Marvel style Big Brother bachelor party that we foreshadowed in the last episode.
It's gonna be like
we're gonna combine mine and yours.
I was gonna say like
all the champions,
whatever it's called. Yeah. What do they call it? Metaverse, not metaverse.
Cinematic universe.
Cinematic universe. Yeah.
It's gonna be reality.
But they call it something else. Oh, the multiverse.
The multiverse,
which is kind of funny because they just had that as a twist on Big Brother.
They did.
Weekend. Yeah, no. So that is why.
Not weekend. Big Brother the actual. Or
Big
show.
Brother the actual show. Excuse me. Yeah.
I would be impressed if they could do it all in a weekend. They just announced. I don't want to spend too much on Big Brother.
Big Brother. No, I don't either. We can cut this.
They just announced when their next season's going to be, and I'm excited because now I'm going to host one, and I've got into it.
And we even have different logos. The very stylistically different. You wanted forest.
Because we're playing in the forest.
Yes.
That sounds like Hansel and Gretel. We're playing like in like wilderness West Virginia mountains, Mountain Mama.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love a Mountain Mama.
It. So thanks.
I designed the logo, but yeah.
I'll figure out a role for you to do.
I'm excited.
Besides consultant, I feel like I've run everything by you, and now we're talking way too much. But keep going.
But here's the thing, and I think this part's okay because we're not talking about Big Brother the show. Like, my promise is to treat this series of it with the same intense care that I treated my own. Like,
I just think it's funny we're differentiating. Like, it's not my game. It's not
because I can't play in one of my my dream of like having the All-Stars, and I can't play.
Well, you have
my own series.
If you even want to participate in your BB Bachelor Party, you're gonna have to qualify by winning or being final 2 in one of my games. That's all I'm saying. Otherwise, you gotta host something.
Yeah, it stresses me out.
The game? No, I think you like it.
No, I like it, but this is why I'm winning, because that's why I need you to host multiple. You need to have your own series so I can come in and win. I can't win this first one because I know too much.
Yeah, and I'm also using.
Well, this is why that's because that's coming out.
Because I'm using.
This is coming out beforehand, so
we're kind of cut that out.
Yeah.
But I think it will be fun. It'll be fun.
I do think
it's with my Side D friends. It's Side D program. It's cohorts and friends of cohorts.
I love that.
And significant others of cohorts.
Co-sluts. I'm kidding. That's me.
You're the co-slut?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Can that be my name? Can that be like my can that be how they identify me? I think
you've heard of the record.
Literally. Off the record, I think we should keep a lot of this banter between like the two different series in. I don't think we need to talk about like the game or the show. Great. But I think the banter is funny.
Yeah, I think it's funny too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, that's. I'm excited about that. Anyway, okay. Yeah. Do you have any stories about annoying neighbors or bad neighbors?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I was just doing a walk through my neighborhood and I was like, wow.
They suck.
More so like there are a lot of neighbors who have moved and I'm like, wow, I outlasted them. Like that's honestly how I felt. Like I was like, they bullied me throughout a lot of my childhood and now they're not here.
Yeah. I feel like
their families moved. It's not like, they moved out on their own and I'm still here.
They died. Good for them.
Yeah.
Now they're no longer here. It's funny. My neighborhood also is turning over, and so like there's a lot of young families, and my family is like one of the older families now in my neighborhood.
Isn't that kind of sad in a way?
Yeah.
Like, doesn't it make you feel like you're losing part of your childhood in a way?
Yeah, that's true. A little bit. It goes with what we've talked about in this year already. Is like people that you know who are our age who are getting married, and now from your case, not in your case, but your friend is pregnant. So like,
yeah. Well, our friend. I thought you were gonna say
you're pregnant. No,
I thought you were gonna say, in your case, divorce. Like that's where I thought you were going. I will tell that story at the end of this episode.
I don't know if I know it. Who's getting divorced in your family? Just tell
No,
me.
no one.
Oh,
No one. I meant when I told the Starbucks barista that my friend was pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
I needed to word vomit. But
so dumb.
But
You're
yes,
so
I
dumb.
have had, to answer your question, I have had terrible neighbors.
Yeah.
I've also had good ones.
Yeah.
But-
Well, the reason I bring this up is because I have a particularly, I don't want to call them bad, but they're a strange neighbor. They're a strange neighbor. They're next door
Careful.
to me in this apartment building.
Careful. They could be listening.
Well, they're on the other
Either-
side. They're not this wall, it's the other wall. So
I meant more like through Spotify, but sure, that works too.
I don't advertise that maybe I should. Maybe I should hand out flyers to every apartment. Hey, tune in.
One of the regulars at the restaurant asked me about the podcast unprompted the other day.
So they found you?
No, another regular was like, "Did you know he has a podcast?" And they're like, "Give me your 30-second pitch."
Yeah. What? Just derail my story one more time.
Yeah,
what is your 30 elevator pitch? People are always like, "What do you?" I'll give you mine first. People are always like,
please do.
What is your podcast about? I go, well, it's called Point of View, and then they stare at me blank, and then they go, nice, and I go, actually, Nick came up with that. And he goes, sure he did, and
I did.
I know, but no one believes it.
This
'cause
was
they think
not
I'm
a
a self-centered, conceited bastard that just names a show after himself.
No, you had other names, and I was like, no, listen, it works, and I'll explain why.
Well, and I was on board because I was like, I don't want to pigeonhole ourselves. Here's my 30-second elevator pitch.
Right.
We didn't want to pigeonhole ourselves. It's called Point of View. We started it when we both graduated from college, and we were just having some really interesting conversations. That's just how our friend group is. And we were like, let's just record it and see what happens, see if it's good. And we're going to call it Point of View because we're just going to talk about, whatever we want. And that title allows us to do that. We're not going to be talking about culture specifically. We're not going to be talking about politics specifically. We're not going to be talking about graduating in college, although that's how we started. We're just talking about whatever. That's my 30-second pitch.
That was great. And now I'm nervous.
Yeah, why? Because I'm talking so fast?
No, because now I have to give mine.
Yeah, I want to hear what you say.
So it doesn't come out this eloquently, or maybe this won't be eloquent.
Ready? Okay, I'm your regular. You say, I'm Nick. I'm here to take your drink order.
I'm nervous. Yeah. Do you want to first hear about my podcast? No. So
today our specials are...
Yeah. So
the 4 Fs.
So it's a point of view podcast, meaning we talk about all different things and our opinions on different topics. It's a play on words. So Justin's last name is Dew. So it's a point of view podcast. As I said, it's Point of Dew. The acronym is POD, podcast, which it just works too well. We pause and think about what we were going to say because I was doing really well. I'm not going to lie.
Are you familiar? We're going to keep that in. Are you familiar with Brené Brown?
Yes.
Apparently, she has a podcast, and they nickname it the Pause Cast because there are moments where she just pauses and doesn't say anything, and they keep it in. Anyway, sorry.
It's so true. We started it because we had just graduated during COVID and there was nothing else to do, and we both enjoyed talking, and it was a great way to continue our friendship because we were no longer, side by side every day. And the cool thing about it is it's become a documentation of our adulthood. So it started the very first episode. I didn't have a job. And I got one by the end of the first episode, like after that was recorded. So it really is the documentation of us graduating college to we'll see how far it takes us. And we talk about things, serious topics, funny topics. We play games. It's great.
You were nervous, but that was great.
Well, I just had that weird pause.
More artistic than I said.
Well, I like how you threw in the story about the title, but what were we even talking about?
We were talking about my bad neighbor.
So I want to hear about your bad neighbor that involved poop somehow. Yeah. I saw the notes for this episode.
You saw my notes. So, oh my gosh. So she's just kind of odd.
Okay.
And also,
aren't we all?
Presently, the building put like a notice of some kind in her door so that if she were to open it, the notice has been there for 2 weeks. Is she okay?
That's weird. Is she not opening the door?
That's what I'm wondering. Or
has someone checked on her?
I wouldn't. She doesn't even know my name. I don't know her name.
Okay.
So I feel like it's too forward. And I mean, she has a dog too, so I would hope the dog would do something, but I don't know. I also wouldn't put it past her if every time she came out, she put the
Yeah.
thing back exactly how it was.
I guess that's better than being with the Lord.
I really hope she's not dead. Like, I
Yeah,
know
that's
what
what
we're
that's what I'm
insinuating,
saying.
but I really hope she's okay.
Yeah,
Even
no,
though I'm about to just
obviously.
say why she's a bad neighbor. So anyway,
Okay.
just strange. Their dog sheds all over the hallway. It's often
Mm,
like, I swear it does a little shake when it comes out of the hallway, because
I
you
do
have to
that.
walk past my apartment to get to the elevators, and there's just
Yep.
hair always in front of my apartment, which is just, it's awful. Whenever I see her walking by, I say hi. Nothing back in return.
That's really weird.
And
Odd.
she's also the only dog on my floor. She has the only dog on my floor. And sometimes the dog is a service dog, and sometimes it's not.
Which is I've heard of
Have you
that though.
seen that?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, when they're working versus not working.
Okay. I don't know what type of service dog. I don't know. I'm not judging that. But anyway,
No. But the lack of saying hi is weird.
the lack of saying hi is really weird. This happened the same week. Saw her in the hall, didn't say hi. I went to go get my mail, required me to go down to the lobby. 2 giant dog shits right next to the elevator.
Oh.
That I was like,
Oh.
this only could be one person.
Yeah, and like, were they on their way to clean it up? Like,
No, there was no one in the hall. There was no one in the
that's
lobby.
gross.
It was just, I actually had to, I sound like a Karen, but I filed a complaint with the management.
Yeah,
I was like, there's dog shit in the hall.
I would have too. Ma'am, we are indoors.
Well, in my email was like, there is what I can only hope is dog shit.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't.
By the elevators on the 4th floor, and then the following morning, I woke up. So it was a Tuesday morning. I have 8 a.m. classes on Tuesday, so I wake up at the ass crack of dawn anyway, and I woke her alarm. I never hear it. Is Fireball by Pitbull. Like, that's turbulent waking up right there.
Yeah, that
like,
is.
Imagine Fireball, like that. Wild.
Yeah,
like I thought my sister waking up to the Circle of Life was interesting. Like,
that is interesting
because it's the sun rising is the scene.
Can we have her on just to talk about that, and then after that, can we have your neighbor on? Because I need to meet
talk about Fireball. So that her alarm started going off at 6 a.m. and it didn't turn off until after I had left my apartment by 7:45.
Oh.
And it was loud.
This is why I'm serious. Has someone checked on her?
I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side of my bedroom's on the other side of the wall that we share. I was like, what is happening? I sent another email to the management because I'm like, Fireball has been playing at max volume for 2 hours. Like, is she okay? And management emails me back and says, oh yeah, she slept through her alarm and her phone was attached to her TV.
How did they know that?
Because they reached out to the neighbor. The neighbor responded and said that. And I'm like, how do you sleep through Fireball at max volume coming out of your TV for 2 hours?
I don't know. I don't know.
That was just it was the craziest week. And on top of the shit that she left in our hallway from her dog. Literally. Was just the dog hair and the actual shit. I was like, oh my God, this.
Before you said that, she was contacted and responded, I was like, if that song is still playing by the time I get to your apartment next, we're going in.
By the time I get home, I know, because
we're going in. We're going in and we're taking the microphones because that would be interesting.
It's just, ever see Billy Eichner on the street?
No, but I can imagine what it is.
So it's basically I forget if it was in LA or New York, but he had a show called Billy on the Street where he would just like, for $500, who is this man? And it was like Howie Mandel, and they were like Mr. Clean, and he was like, no, and he'd like push them and run past to another person.
Now we have TikTok twinks for that.
I don't even know what that means.
Have you seen that?
No, I can
for $5 kiss or slap.
No, I've not seen that.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
I guarantee you anybody that is on TikTok and is gay has seen it.
We were saying that we should do the trend that's like, we're podcasters. Of course we or something like that. Was I on the phone with you the other day when I said something and you're like, you sound like the trend?
Yeah, I think so. I
forget why. But great. On another note, I did have an experience that actually happened Big Brother weekend.
Oh.
That gave me faith in humanity if my neighbor didn't give me faith in humanity. And that was
Oh.
simply I was at South Station and I hadn't had dinner and I was trying to rush on the train to get to the house because it was a whole surprise. Nick was planning this thing and all this stuff. And I ordered my McDonald's at South
Mhm.
Station and I ordered and then there was no line and then the person took my order and said, "So how are you?" I was
Oh,
like,
that's
I
nice.
was so taken aback. I know that's so simple, but I was so taken aback by that. I literally said to them, I go, "Oh, I'm good, thanks." And like we started having a conversation. Just I was like, I don't know, a fast food restaurant at a train station. I didn't expect that, and it gave me hope in humanity. So
I love
I
that.
like, I'm an optimist, almost toxically. So I had to end on a positive note there because I thought that was fascinating.
Let
Just
me relate this to pop music. Have you
let's
heard
let's do it.
Dua Lipa's new album, Radical Optimism?
No, but it sounds like it was written about me.
It could be.
Does it also include Houdini? And how is that
It
related to
does.
radical optimism?
I don't know. And there's actually, it's funny you say that. I'm not going to go into it, but there's a lot of criticism. It's, you know, people talking about music, not like social criticism.
I also just want to
Uh,
quickly point out I am sweating my ass off, so I think whatever fever or feverish symptoms I have are breaking currently.
that is
So
not
I don't know if you
good.
can
Oh, that's
see,
good. Okay. If
like,
it's breaking,
well, it's
I
yeah, it's
can't.
good, but I'm like beads of sweat are underneath here and on my head. Anyway, sorry, Dua
No,
Lipa,
I was
Dua
just going to
Lipa.
say, I think Dua Lipa, that has been a critique on Twitter is that the first two singles really had nothing to do with the album aesthetic, both in terms of visuals and lyrics. But I really like the album. You would probably like it too. Um it's
I'll listen to it.
yeah, it's radically optimistic. I don't know if you've seen the album cover, but she's in the ocean and there's a shark there and she's just kind of chilling.
Nice. My
So a nice
worst fear.
depiction of it.
I think you sent me the album cover and you're like, your own
Oh,
personal hell.
maybe I might have.
I think you
Um
did.
I might have, but yeah, it's a good album. There are some it was a grower for me. I had to listen to it a couple times, but there are
Yeah.
some really good songs
Yeah. Nick's a
on it.
grower.
That's
No.
There's a song called Maria on it that
Oh.
is about learning from your past relationships and like carrying. It's actually sung to the ex-girlfriend of her current partner when she's writing the song. So she's speaking
Mm.
to her partner's ex and basically saying like when I'm in his arms, I know you're still in his heart, which it
Oh.
it's not in like it's in a positive
In a toxically
light.
optimistic way.
No, not
So
even toxically. Is that a word? Toxically? No, more so like
Britney
it's a
Spears wrote
thank
about it.
you. It's a thank you to her because he learned from her. Thank you for making him a better person. I have also grown from my past
Oh.
relationships.
So
It's
it's a
really
twist. It's a twist on the whole thing of like, oh, you ever just like date someone, fix them, and then they break up with you, or you break up with them, and then they're fine for the next person. It's like that twist, you know?
sure. I don't.
You've never.
I
That's
that
like
went over my head.
that. There's a thing. I think there's a thing out there where people are like, listen, like we were in a relationship and it didn't work out, but like I fixed a lot of not fixed, but like we
Oh
solved a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
their issues and then they broke up with me or I broke up with them. And so
Right.
now you have them and they're great.
Yeah.
But I had to
It's
deal
a
with all of that. It's a twist on
right.
that.
So it's
Yeah.
the opposite of
I'm
that.
also not talking from experience to be
No, I
very,
know you're
very
not.
clear.
I know you're not. There's another one I really like that it's called Happy for You, and it's about seeing an ex on social media or in public and saying, "Wow, I must have loved you more than I realized because I'm so happy for you."
Mm,
Like this brings me joy. I'm not feeling like jealous. Like you both look great together, and it's like an honest.
yeah.
Um, so that one's really cool too.
There's a song and this is changing a little bit, but there's a song by
That's okay.
Zach Brown Band called All the Best. I think it's called All the Best. And it's a similar thing of like we're parting ways, whether it be friendship or family breaking up or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like we're parting ways. There's a good chance we're not going to see each other, talk to each other as much as we used to. But I hope you know that no matter what, like I wish you all the best, as in I have no malintent with anything. And so like
It's
it's a
sweet.
similar, yeah, yeah.
It's really sweet. I like it a lot. But yeah, I think you would like the album. The lyrics are very pretty.
Yeah. I'll take a listen.
Yeah. It's very short. It's only 37 minutes total.
Oh, I
So
thought you were gonna say 37 songs, like Tortured
no,
Poets
it's 11
Society.
songs. Yeah. No,
Or
it's
not
11
Society,
songs. And
Department. I'm gonna get it wrong. I feel
well,
like
that's
so many
okay.
before.
Everyone does that. But watch, as quick as I tied it into pop music, I'm going to tie it back to Point of View. I heard Training Season, the second single, in your apartment for the first time
Yes, you did.
when
And
we
you weren't
recorded the
you weren't a
first batch of
fan.
episodes. For no, I wasn't. I was like, well, it wasn't that I wasn't a fan. I was like, it's not great.
It's a
I'm
grower.
waiting for more. But yeah, but there are better songs than the singles on the album.
Yeah.
The third
Yeah.
single's out now. It's called well, all of the songs are out, but the third single's called Illusion. But let's get off pop
And
music.
you're very critical of Dua Lipa because she's your crush.
No, I don't think she's. I'm not actually that critical. I see. I'm one of the people that's like, this is a pretty
I'm saying
cohesive
you hold her in
album.
very high regard, and she has to meet a certain standard because
she's my
love
switch.
her.
She's my female crush.
She's your switch. Yeah.
No, I think she's gorgeous, and I think she's so eloquent when she speaks. And she also just introduced herself on SNL as Dula Peep, which is what Wendy Williams called her incorrectly for an entire episode of her show. So that's great.
I didn't watch that episode. She introduced herself. She didn't have other people.
Well, she was the
Musical guest
also
and
the host. So she did the monologue. She was like, "My name's Dula Lipa. Some people know me as Dula Peep."
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that like when it was time for one of the musical performances, she like introduced herself and then she went on stage and did it. Have you ever seen bloopers of people doing that very poorly? There's like a blooper of Larry David, who's the guy that used to play Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a video of him and he's introducing Ariana Grande and he goes, "Now presenting Ariana Grande," and then he slaps himself away and it's like, "That sucked." And then it just zooms
that's
in on
not
her and
live?
she's laughing. It is live.
Oh, so he flubbed it.
He flubbed it live. He was like,
okay, all
I
right.
think Ariana Grande was the host and the musical guest, and so they had him because he was probably playing Bernie Sanders at some point, so they had him introduce her, and he's like, "Now presenting Ariana Grande," and then he's like, he breaks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's niche.
No, I mean we were talking about Adele Dazeem last episode, so look, we're tying it back again.
We're tying it back again.
The wickedly talented, one and only Adele Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem. We're fighting uphill, me boys.
Never fight uphill, me boys.
Never fight uphill, me boys.
Let's just not even explain that.
We're not gonna.
There.
No,
they were fighting uphill.
They were fighting uphill. Since we last recorded, or that's not. Yeah, since we last recorded, I went out to San Francisco.
Oh, I knew that. I was like, what?
You're like, what?
I knew that.
I also went to Indiana, but I went to San Francisco. I don't know if you feel this way, but do you ever have a moment in life when, I don't know, you're able to use a part of your brain or do something you haven't done in a while and you just realize like, wow, I haven't done this in a while and I forgot that I love this? Or let me tell you what I mean. So I went out to San Francisco. I went out to visit my girlfriend, and she was. I went on a Wednesday, and she worked Thursday, and then took Friday off, and so I had Thursday to myself, and so I just planned out. I'm gonna walk the perimeter of San Francisco, see where the Golden State Warriors play, see where the San Francisco Giants play, just see like the arenas, and go to Chinatown. I had dim sum, whatever, but part of it was like going, and also like if I got lost, it was okay because I obviously played it safe, but like I didn't have a schedule, and so it was fun to just use my head to like figure out, okay, where do I need to go next, and just explore a place new. And that's not something, I feel like it's not a part of my brain that I get to use a lot, is explore a place new. I came back to Baltimore, so I didn't really get to living off campus. All that stuff is new, but like I didn't explore a lot. I didn't have to.
You mentioned that.
But yeah, so like I was in a new city and I was walking. And so if I walked down the wrong street, again, I played it safe. I understood like, every city has certain spots where like, just be careful, be mindful, be safe, be smart. Um, I think that's going to be the snippet. Be careful, be mindful, be safe, be smart. Um, um,
I don't know
and
what this was.
I don't know. It's what? Who are you doing? Is that an impression of something?
No,
Oh.
no, I don't know what that was.
But I was just a part of my brain and like a part of me that it felt it was tiring. Walking the entire perimeter of San Francisco is it's like 14-ish miles, maybe more.
Wow.
And it's hilly, but it was like really fun, and it was like nice to be using a different part of my brain that's, I guess, more creative, more like it was not analytical. And I feel like in this program I'm very analytical, reflecting, more reflecting, and just it was
You
nice.
are anyways. You're very practical, and like you said it on the last episode, we were doing dances to, convince our parents to let us have sleepovers, and you were coming up with a sound
legal
argument.
I was
which is
to the
so
draft
true.
of that, and I made myself laugh that I said that.
Yeah, because it's very authentic.
But I need to tap into my creative side more, and I don't let myself do it because I think I'm convinced that I'm not creative. And if
You've
we really
said that
want to get into
before.
it, I think it stems from an art teacher in elementary school who said, "I'd rather you not participate in this assignment." So
Jesus.
She didn't really say that, but essentially it was the same thing. She's just she convinced me and my brother, who was drawing penises on snowmen. So maybe it was more warranted for him. But when my sister and I were not artistically inclined at all, and that was just terrible. So
that's horrible.
Maybe that's why I don't tap into creativity. But you do.
My mom's teacher for chorus or whatever when she was a kid told her she was tone deaf.
That stuff sticks with you.
Oh, it stuck with her, especially when her kids started saying it as a joke. When she told us once, and we never let it go.
You can't reinforce. Oh my gosh, you're so.
We
mean.
remind her about it.
You're so mean. You just reinforce what. What's your childhood trauma? No. Here's the trauma episode. We've been talking about it for years.
I've told you before that I always thought my eyebrows were too thick. Although now look at them, they look fantastic. Thank you, Claire. I had an art teacher. We were doing self-portraits, and I was drawing my eyebrows, and I'm like, I enjoyed art class, and he came over. I'm already insecure about this because I look, like I just got out of the jungle, with my eyebrows. And although thankfully they've never grown together, they just grow this way.
See, I had to do some grooming.
I've never had to do that. Well, Claire has gotten like sparse hairs right here, but like they usually grow this way.
It was gonna be thick.
Well, I had triple deckers. So I was drawing them, and my teacher comes over and he's like, "Oh, you're drawing those way too thick." And he wasn't trying to be mean, and he looks at me and goes, "Oh no, you're good, you're good." But he wasn't trying to be mean. He was truly just, so that has stuck with me too.
That stuck with you. See, those things, elementary school teachers.
But again,
that was elementary school, right? You said? I mean,
no, it was high school.
Oh, high school. Well,
I was gonna say Claire Catherine aesthetics.
Formative years.
Yeah.
By the way, your hair looks great.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. I look like, I think, have I said on the show that you can always tell when I'm not in a good place because I let my facial hair grow out? Did you notice?
You look really good today. It looks nice. Well, it looks nice.
Thanks.
You're looking very chiseled, King.
As a jawline to the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, it was mostly, I would have, I mean, I'm in not a sucky place, but like I have a 13-page paper due by Friday, and I'm only halfway done with it. So
you'll get it done.
And it's Wednesday today, so we'll get done. But and that's the one thing between this semester and summer. So like I need to get that done, but I am not doing well, but also I didn't have shaving cream. So
well, yeah, there's that. I use my sister's.
Did you? Well, my sister doesn't live here.
No, I do use my sister's, and I think it's for like she doesn't shave her face. Like I think it's for legs.
She doesn't?
Right. No, it's for legs. So I'm putting female.
Different?
I don't know. And is it really female versus male? I think it's the scent.
The scent. One's roses. One is the
musk.
Yeah. The musk of toxic masculinity.
I was going to say one's roses, one's toxic masculinity. Although I know a lot of women prefer men's deodorant because it is stronger.
I believe that. flowers doesn't really cover the smell of BO sometimes, you know? It's
I
like,
guess. I guess not.
it's nothing
Although,
against women, and
no,
it's
I love a
BO is
coconut body
natural.
wash.
I'm just saying
It is.
it probably
That's so
costs
weird,
twice as
isn't
much as
it?
our deodorant
Isn't it
too.
weird? Why? Why do we have that?
What? The price
BO.
differences? Oh, BO.
No, BO. Like, why do we
That too, the
have
price
we not
differences.
evolved enough? Like, what is this?
I don't. What is the benefit? I guess scaring away predators.
I guess.
Encouraging you to shower.
I guess.
I don't
I
know.
listen, I shower 2 times a day.
Good for you.
Is it?
Probably not for the environment, but it's
I
good
was
for
gonna
you.
say, I love a shower. I used to be limited when I was a kid to 10 minutes in the shower, and I was only allowed to take one a day. And it wasn't an OCD thing. I was not like trying to get myself like perfectly clean or anything. I just love showers.
That's
The
great.
water down your back is just like heaven. It's my
I do
happy place.
stand in my shower.
Me too. Well, what do you, as opposed to what, sitting on the ground?
No. Me too. No, just leave it at that. I do stand in my shower and just sit there. Not sit.
Same. I want a shower seat.
Did you
My
hear what I
parents
just
will
said?
not allow me a shower seat.
Did you hear what I just said?
You stand
I will
there,
stand
and
in
then
my shower and just sit there.
well, you know,
I'll just stand there and let the water go over me. Like I don't know. It like I do think like I have really great thoughts in there. I don't know. What am I saying?
yeah, no, it's a
What's my
creative
point?
space. It's a creative space, and I don't know why I've been doing this a ton. Like I'm like trying to hit
It's
home
a
a point.
creative space.
No,
We're
well,
doing
you
it
got
well.
me.
Emphasize
One time
the
I was-
points.
One time, I'm gonna say this in a funny way. One time I was in your shower, and I looked to the wall, and there were still penises, by the way. Your brother was still drawing those at that time because there were
I don't
absolutely.
know if that was my brother or my sister though, because the three of
Honestly-
us shared that. It wasn't me.
Well, okay, so they had this
I was
notepad.
crafting sound legal
Yeah.
arguments on the notepad in the shower.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. You were crossing them out. You
I
were the
was
one
crossing them
erasing
out
them.
saying-
You were turning them into Squidward. Which a great way to,
know?
if somebody ever does that, you can change it into
Change it
Squidward.
into Squidward.
Yeah. But no, I loved the idea of
Yeah,
a shower
Squidward.
notepad. They make it for showers and comes with a pencil. So I had one in my shower and I'd write affirmations on it. It's a nice it's a
That's great.
calming place, it's a creative place, it's a
I
safe
need that here.
place.
I need that here. I have.
I'll
a
get you
mirror.
one.
I got a good mirror for shaving, which I got.
Yes, you do. That is a fantastic mirror for the shower. I've shaved
good
in that.
angles too. Like you can fix. The
Yeah,
angles.
no, it's great. You have a nice shower.
Thanks. I think that's a good place to end this episode on. Just
Sure.
you have a nice shower. Just leave that.
You
there.
do.
This was fun. This was very fun. I'm gonna see you in person soon. That'll be nice. We'll
You
go
are?
back to our regularly scheduled program. I mean, I'm gonna be home in next week.
Well, Oh, okay.
So
You're gonna be home next week.
I'm gonna be- What actually?
Hey,
I'm gonna
it's a
be home
him,
next
Justino.
week. That's I can't do that because that's.
I mean, I just
you can. You're
you
Italian.
can.
I'm
you
not.
can do. Well, who's like, you can do it. It's literally Mario.
It's a me. I'm gonna be a home.
Yeah, no, literally, it's a him, Justin O.
It's a him. Justin O.
Ladies and gentlemen, a him.
I am. It's a me, Justin Noah. He's doubling down on this.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna be home. My brother. I just
Shout out him.
I'm gonna end this episode shouting him out. My brother is graduating from college in a couple of weeks, and that is a huge feat. I think he's ready. He's excited. He got a job offer, which he accepted. That'd be funny if I was like, he got a job offer. He rejected it.
Oh no, I was gonna say he got a job offer. That's the end of the Point of View show.
Yeah,
That's how we started, how we ended.
That's how. Yeah, and that's the end. Yeah. Well, I joked. My mom was like, I think he's gonna be emotional. He's gonna move back home. He's start his new job. And I was like, he's gonna start a podcast because I don't know. I guess that was my crisis coping mechanism is starting
Listen,
on.
and he can be emotional as long as he keeps his hard exterior. Otherwise, he's diverting from the fruit that he identifies with.
And the origin of our entire guest question.
Our entire gag.
Our entire gag.
Yeah, no, I'm all for showing emotion, but
I'm proud of him.
Woo!
I'm excited. He's graduating from Providence College. Go Friars, I guess. Although they've been voted as the creepiest mascot. Have you seen this?
I don't know what a friar is, but congratulations to Orion O.
It's like a Jesuit, but it's the Friars instead.
Oh,
Dominican
okay.
Friars. Yeah.
Sure.
Their mascot is like a character-faced, freaky, chiseled face with a hood.
That's hot.
Friars.
Oh, I think I have no clue what you're talking about.
It's not a white hood.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
to
be clear.
Sure.
But anyway,
Sure.
Congratulations, Ryan.
Woo!
I love you. I'm excited for you. This is super huge.
That was not Mario.
Yep.
Oh, I can't say that.
What does the fox say? What does it say? It
says, "My name's Nick Gervasi." This needs to end.
And I think the fox wants to end the episode. I'm Justin Dew.
You can keep going because I'm just gonna mess it up.
Okay. You can reach us at our email, pointofviewpodcast@gmail.com, or don't, because we're just being flooded with spam. And our socials, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, while it lasts, at Point of View Podcast, and Twitter/X at Point of View. If you enjoy our show, make sure to follow the podcast and give us a rating wherever you get your podcasts, or share us with a friend or family member. We really appreciate it and are truly grateful for your support. As always, we hope you have a great 2 weeks. Thank you for listening. And until next time.
H, our multiple friend follow.
It's a me.